Welcome back Autobots and Decepticons to a brand new video, and today I'm going to be showing you the Transformer Studio Series Leader Class Astrotrain. But before we begin, don't forget to like and subscribe, turn on post notifications so you never miss an upload, get thumbs up if you enjoy. So with that all out of the way, let's begin. Always have a packaging, here it is, the nice image of Astrotrain, both with robot mode, and in space shuttle mode, and in a train mode. Go down. Is from the Transformers the movie. The side of the box, nice image of Astrotrain. On the opposite side of the box, nice continuation of the artwork. And on the back of the box, see him again, both in his robot mode, in his train mode, and in his space shuttle mode. So yeah, so that's really pretty much all to say. Let's open him up. And let's take a look at the figure inside. Alright, so here we have him open up and in his train and in his first alt mode. And I have mixed feelings about this figure. And I'll explain more later. And also at the end. So let's get on right into it. So have him like I said in his train mode, and it's a good looking train mode, I will say that. It is actually really good. So get on with the details. Front, see some nice details for the front of the train. Some nice details down here. Very all purple, which is very accurate. Here to sides. Nice details around the wheels. And see some more details back here. Yellow for where the people will sit or will be in the train on top. Back, see some nice boosters, some more details. And the wheels do roll, and when you do so, the wheel linkage actually rolls moves like on a real steam engine. So on a real steam train. So that's quite cool. And also at the back, you can also open this up as well. Even though it doesn't lead to anywhere. But it's cool how they did that. Yeah. Overall, it's just a very good looking train mode. Yeah. For accessories wise, it does come with quite a few. First, it does come with his toy accurate gun. Made out of purple and gray plastic. Then he does come with his show accurate gun. Made out of light gray plastic. Then he does come with 3 effect parts. And he does come with this big old steam effect part, where you just come here, plug it to the funnel, then you just come here and you just plug it back there, and yeah, and that actually looks really cool. Like, it actually looks like it's actually like, it actually is moving, so that is actually very, very cool. Oh, yeah. So for some size comparisons, here he is. Here he is with my previous review, the Studio Series 86 Sunstreaker. Those two look. Here he is next to the Studio Series 86 Megatron. Those two look together. Here he is next to the Studio Series Studio Series 86 Soundwave. Here he is next to the the Age of the Primes Blastoff. See how those two look. And last but not least, here he is next to the Earthrise / Siege Astrotrain. Yeah, see, this is more of a real depiction of a train, while this one's more cartoon accurate. But yeah, oh cool. And if you're wondering, yeah, the steam effect does work on him. It's a bit loose, but it can still work. So yeah, that's something that you can do. But yeah. So that's really pretty much it, all to talk about. So I guess now let's get down to the transformation. One of the transformations. So, I'm going to transform into shuttle mode first. So, to transform them, first thing I want to do is come down here, and you just want to untab the linkage. Like so. There you go. So then what you want to do is come here, bring this panel down. Then you just want to leave that right now. Oh, let's just do the same. Here, add the linkage. Then just bring this down. Then after that, I'm going to come back here and you just want to untab this whole back section and want to raise it up. So now what you want to do is come here, untab these sides and just bring them up. Then you can just bring this panel all the way down and you just want to rotate. Helps if you angle this down around, and I'll just tab right into there. Then you can raise it up. Same, just come here, on a tab, push that down, rotate all this around. That will just plug right inside there, and bring this up until you have it like this. So now what you want to do is come here, take this whole section, and you want to bring it forward. So now what you want to do is come here to these wheels and you just want to untap them on both sides. And this will keep moving, so little heads up there. So now what you want to do is want to take this whole section, see how it's angled. Just want to bring it flat like so. So when you're on top, all that is all straightened out. So now what you want to do is want to bring this in. It will just not really tab into place, but just go in. You will know when it's in, and I'm going to bring up my camera because you will feel it. So gotta go in. So now what you want to do is to take these and just want to bring in all this, and it's going to be 2 tabs, slot connections. So there are 2 slots here and here that will go into 2 tabs there and there. So just come up here and just tab that into place, and that will push this out of place. So just bring it back in. Do the exact same thing to the opposite side, like so. So now what you want to do is to take this whole section and want to make sure that you have it like this. So now just bring all this down. All that will just plug into place. So now what you want to do is take this wing section and just pull it out like so. Then you just want to bring it up like so. So now what you want to do is take this back section, want to bring it up, and this little tab will go into that slot right in there. Then these 2 slots here and here will go into 2 tabs there and there. So it's easier if you just line up this tab first. So just line that up, then just get sides in. Then just straighten everything out. And one thing I forgot is you want to quickly bring that up so you can come in here and flip out the landing gears. Then just bring that all back into place. Then just flip out these panels, square panels on both sides. Then there you have Astrotrain in his space shuttle mode. Yeah, have him in his second alt mode. Alright, so now let's take a close look at the details. See, it's an alright looking space shuttle mode. I mean, they did what they could, best as they can do, but it's not perfect. So let's get on to details. See up here. see the whole front section of space shuttle mode. It looks nice. See the purple Decepticon insignia, nice light blue for the windshield. Down, nice gray, maybe a little bit of red and yellow right there. Down, yeah, it's back here. It's kind of a mess. See a nice fin right there. Wings. Back here, yeah, see the boosters, same thing in the train mode. Yeah, these wheels and the wheels actually do work. Wheels right here, and there's one wheel right there. So, yeah, it does roll. Yeah. So, yeah. So for the effect parts, so you can just come here and just place them right into here. So, and yeah. So kind of like this, so he can like blast off in this place. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. So now for comparisons, that's comparisons in this mode. So here he is. Here he is next to, again, with my Pierce view. Studio Series Sunstreaker. Next to the Studio Series 86 Megatron. Next to the Studio Series 86 Soundwave. Next to the Age of the Primes Blastoff. Those two look. And last but not least, here is next to the Siege class Earthrise Astrotrain in his space shuttle mode. And yeah, honestly, like again, I do prefer the Studio Series one because even though it's a big mess back here, it's not as bad as this. So yeah. Oh, they have that. So yeah. So that's really pretty much it. All to talk about. So now let's get down to the robot mode transformation. So the very first thing I want to do is come in here, flip in these panels, gray panels both sides. So now what you want to do is come right here and just want to untap and bring this whole section back. Untap this whole section, just fold it out. Go. So now what you want to do is come in here and you want to flip up the landing gears. So now what you want to do is to here. Oops, guys cannot see. Do these wheels and just untab them. Bump to my camera. And just want to bring them out. Like so. So now what you want to do is to come here to this front section. You want to untab. And just raise all this up. And just leave it like that just for now. So now what you want to do next, oh no, want to bring this whole thing forward and it will just tab right in place, just like so. So now what you want to do is to come here and want to split the legs. We're going to focus on legs right now. So now what you want to do is to come here, take these bottom panels and just untab them and bring them forward. Same, forward. Like so. Then what you want to do is come here, I want to take these, bring them back. And this part can be a little bit confusing, so I'll try to explain it good. So when I come here, that tab right there, no, slot, or that will just go into this, to this tab right there. So this part can be a little bit tricky to do, especially because it's a lot of these hinges. So just bring this back, draw that train out, rotate, then find, then when I said that slot goes into that tab right there. So just come here and just plug it. Oh wait, no, sorry. So, come on. Just this back section really gets in the way, so you just have to kind of fight it. Come on. Just I'll be back once I actually get this tapped in. Okay. So there we go. So there you have that. So now I'll just do the exact same thing onto the opposite side. So just rotate, then just tab in that tab. Take this. Yeah. So said that slot goes into that tab. A little bit blurry, but hopefully you guys could see that. So just here, I want to make sure this wheel coupling is out of your way, so you can actually get that tapped in. And there you have his legs, all done. So now let's move up here to the upper body. Alright, so now what you want to do, up here, so what you want to do is untap, bring these pieces up. Then I'll come in here and just bring out the arms all the way. So now I just want to fold all this in, fold that in, collapse down these panels, and just bring down these sections like so. Straighten out the legs. Okay, so now for the arms, what you want to do is rotate at the bicep. So I have like this, then rotate at the hand. Same, rotate at the bicep, then rotate at the hand. So all that straighten out. So now what you want to do is take this whole section, I'm gonna rotate it, so I have like this. Come in here, flip out this section to reveal the head. Then this will just collapse in. I'll just plug into place. Then I want to collapse all this back. So then come here. There's 2 tabs here and here that'll go into slots up here and right in there. So come in here, tab that in. Then there you have Astrotrain in his robot mode. Alright, so I'm going to quickly bring the camera a bit. Okay, so now as a close look at the details. Now I wish I actually didn't bring out the camera. Alright, and see, a very good looking head sculpt. I will say that. It's honestly a very good looking. See, purple, see with the yellow on top. Nice light gray. Nice red eyes. Oh yeah. Overall, the head sculpt looks great. Going down. I know a lot of people have problems with the chest, which, yeah, it's not perfect, but for me, anyways, it's not as bad as what people are saying. And yeah. So yeah, see, you know, I do wish it has has more paint. I will say that. Yeah, going down. Nice gray. This really gray robot mode with purple. See what the Decepticon insignias. Yeah, going back. Yeah, he does have a bit of a. Yeah, he has a big backpack. Yeah, but that's why he has very long heel spurs to handle it. Yeah. So yeah, self-articulation wise, his head is on the ball joint, so I'm gonna actually raise up the camera. Yeah, so his head can look up, can look down, can look left to right, and he does have a bit of side to side. The arms, they can go up only that far. They can't go back really not far because due to the wings. They can go out. Does have a bicep rotation. He does have a double bend at the elbow, but it is kind of tight. So yeah, does have a wrist rotation, and his fingers can indeed open and close. Going down, does have a waist joint. Then bring out the arms. His legs move up. If you actually move out side skirt, the front skirt, so his legs can move up that far. They can only go back that far due to the backpack, and his legs can go out. He has thigh rotation. He does have ratcheted joint, 90 joint. The knee. Then his toe can technically go back and forward due to the transformation, and he does in fact only have that much of ankle tilt. So yeah. So overall, articulation wise, it's okay. Due to the backpack, really, I can't really get him to like good poses. That stuff, because that's why stuff wants to bump into each other. But yeah. So yeah, there you have that. So now for accessories wise, this thing nowhere to go, so just don't worry about that. But for his guns, come here and you can take a blast effect and do that, or come here and plug it onto the gun, which is a very tight fit, and what you have to basically force it in there, and just don't really worry about that. But you can just take the guns and just plug them right onto his hand. Yeah. So yeah. So now for some stats comparisons. Here he is. And here he is next to my previous review. Studio Series 86 Sunstreaker. There he is next to Studio Series 86 Megatron. I should bring this up a bit. There he is next to the Studio Series 86 Soundwave. It's next to the Age of the Primes Blastoff. And last but not least, here's next to the Siege/Earthrise Astrotrain. And yeah. Yeah. I mean, I do prefer this one a bit more than the newer one. Yeah. So yeah, there you have that. So yeah. So there's also one more thing to mention before we get back down to transformation, is that if you just bring this out, just pain to do, and you can also split this open to give them more of a toy accurate version. But I don't really, like that. So yeah, there's something figured to mention. Okay, so now let's get back down to the transformation. So get them into space shuttle mode first. So first thing that you want to do is to come into the head, and actually bring up the camera. Come into the head. I want to tab this whole section, and I want to bring it back. Pull this whole section back. Flip in the head. So, and when you're bringing it in, I do recommend folding back the head as far as it goes, and bring it in so you don't accidentally scratch the paint. So now what you want to do is come here, untap this whole back section, and just want to bring it out like so. So now what you want to do is come in here, flip up these panels, and just fold them up like so. So now what you want to do is take a section, bring it up, bring it out. So now what you want to do is come here to the arms, rotate them like so. So it's like this. Rotate at the hand, and with the hand fit straight. Have it just like that. Do the same. Rotate at the bicep, then rotate at the hand. So now what you want to do is want to bring this whole section in, and it's going to be 2 tabs here and here that'll go into slots right there and right there. So just bring it in and just tab it into place. So same here, tab it in place, then we'll come here and just tab in, and want to just leave that like so. So now what you want to do is to come here, untab these wheels, bring them out. So now what you want to do is take the feet and bring them in, so that's straight in. Then I want to make sure all that's completely flush like so. So it's the same here, just bring all that in. Then I want to take the 2 halves and just bring them up and just plug them all in together. Then just here, flip out the landing gears on both sides, so you won't forget to do that. Later. Okay, so now what you want to do is want to take this whole gray section and just want to bring it up and over. And here, just make sure this is tabbed in back there. And make sure all that's completely flush, like so. So now what you want to do is to come here, back, rotate, tab this in, make sure all that's completely flush, like so. Same, rotate that down, bring this back, tab the wheels, and make sure all that's flush, like so. So now what you want to do is just collapse all this down, bring this up, make sure it's in, just tab all this in place, flip out its gray panels. Then there you have Astrotrain back in a space shuttle mode. So now let's get them back into train mode. So first thing that you want to do, flip in these gray panels, back here, untab, bring this whole section down. I'll quickly raise up the camera a bit. Okay. So now what you want to do is come here, untab, bring this whole section out, flip in these landing gears, like so. So now what you want to do is to here untab these wheels and then out. So now just here, take this whole section and just bring it up. You do not want to untab it from there. Just want to bring up this back section, so you can come here and just bring all that up till you have it like that. So now just bring in this fin section. That'll just go right in between tabs of the arms. So now what you want to do is to here straighten this out, fold the wheel up, and it's going to be a tab right here that'll go into the slot right in there, and a tab slot connection right here. So just squeeze, get that all tapped into place, and just do the same to the opposite side. So just bring this forward, straighten all of this out, and just tab the two, then just tab it in place. Then once you're done with that, then what you want to do is come here on a rotate, fold all this down. Then what you want to do is come here and want to just fold these down, and it's going to be 2 tabs One right there, one right there. That'll go into slots here, right there, and right there. So just bring this down and just bring this up, tab it in place. So then what you want to do is come here, tab, rotate wheels down. Here, flip up this panel. Then what you want to do is go into task lock connection right there and a task lock connection right there. So tab that in place and just link these two together. Then come in here, flip this up, and on mine and just tab slot connection, tab slot up. To mine, that doesn't really tab in. It just goes right there. So yeah. So now I'll just do the exact same thing onto the opposite side. So tab, we'll rotate this around, fold this up, down, and just tab that in. Tab in the linkage. So then just raise this up. Then I'll come back here, bring this down, and this will just tab. Alright, back in there. And there you have Astrotrain back in his train mode. Alright, so final thoughts on the Transformers Studio Series 86 Astrotrain. It's an okay figure. Is it as bad as what everyone's making out to be? In my own opinion, no, he's not. But is he like a good figure? No, once again, he is not. He does have problems, loads of problems. Like said, how not how dull his chest is, and like how wide his chest is in the articulation, but still, he's not as bad as what everyone's making him out to be. And yeah, so there we have it, and yeah. So I'll see you guys in the next video. So don't forget to transform and roll out.